Hello. Hello. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here on this Saturday night. I think I might have hit it this time. I think I hit it this time, baby. Let's jump on in. Let's take a look inside the green box. We are inside the green box, folks. I did it. He did it, folks. Yes. I said we'd be somewhere inside this green box. You know, what was it, 10, 12 hours ago? And here we are, 8 p.m. from 11 in the morning, and we're back at it again. And we nailed it. We hit Bitcoin inside that green box. Could make it a little smaller. Let's take a look here. Yeah, the box could be even a little tighter. But even if you, I mean, that's 8 p.m. right there on the dot. And I hit it inside the green box. So we hit it, baby. We hit it. And the key is that Bitcoin went sideways, as we suggested it would, inside of this tighter range, negating the head and shoulder, negating the dumps, and getting ready for a bigger move further to the upside, kind of collectively moving further up here for BTC. So everything looking good for Bitcoin. The scalp and the trade still open from when we last looked at it. You know, it's funny, the scalp from the end of the stream, remember from this morning, still right there. And so we're looking for the 1 minute actually right now, right? Let's see. The 1 minute could, let me just double check here. Bang. Badoom. Yeah, I mean, the 1 minute looks like it could be making the signal right now again. And funny, Bitcoin pumping as I come into the stream. You got to love it, right? The last 10 minutes, Bitcoin's been ripping back to the upside here. So there's the signal too. 21 touches. This thing could go for more. Bit of a double bottom there for Bitcoin too that bounced it back to the upside on this Saturday night. So we hit the green square. Let's take a look at what happened on the daily close and just kind of see where we're at tonight for Bitcoin. So we've got the tweezer bottom. I'll have to say, this isn't Bitcoin. That's not Bitcoin. It looked like Bitcoin. So we've got the higher low. Let's just take a look. So Bitcoin opened at about, what, 68,853. The high was 70,560. The low was 68,720, and the candle would close at 69,822, up $968, up 1.4%. And we could get three white soldiers, three green candles in a row here. I don't see why the next candle couldn't rip us up at least almost to the 200 moving average and through this resistance. Then you can see we got this gap on the VRVP. The next big area is 78,800 for Bitcoin, right? So you got the higher low with the move to the upside, and bang. And remember the low that we still called there on the 4-hour time frame, still the King Tut. That is still the low. And remember, you get in there with a stop below the wick. And I'm just showing you how, like, you know, over and over again, how the things that we teach stay true. We don't just say one thing and disappear. We're here day in and day out, showing you what we said, showing you what we went over. So, and this just has what's called an Adam and Eve double bottom to it. That's likely to break to the upside and get the punch. And I see it going through the gap too here and getting a move up to 78,000. The 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame looks likely too. And then this thing could move, you know, all the way back up to 88, right? 90K. So I like what I'm seeing here so far for Bitcoin. It's starting to make some sense. We take a look at the monthly, and the monthly is hitting a previous support as resistance, and it's holding it pretty nicely. I'd like to see it get back above that key area, though, and close the monthly above, what, like 71,500, 71,800. Take a look at the 2-week chart. 2-week chart is doing pretty good. It's right at previous resistance, which is support, which makes sense. And then there's the weekly. Can we get this weekly candle to close above that? Even if it closes here and the next weekly candle is red, green, okay. But it would be nice if we got the tweezer bottom this week, you know. But we'll see. It looks like we may or may not. It depends. Nice little bounce off the 200 moving average. Again, as I said before, it may not be amazing. We may just make another bear flag for 6 to 8 weeks and then take a massive dump back down. So, like, you never know. Okay, we're not out of the water yet, and we can still see $46,000, $40,000, $38,000 Bitcoin. I just want to keep reiterating that, make sure people understand. It's not always just all good. Amen. Right? Shout out to God is love, man. 10 toes down to the ground. God bless you, bro. How can anyone hold Bitcoin after Epstein had such a high chance? Are you serious? It's so crazy. I love that people say stuff like that because it doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever you want, man. If whatever you believe is what you believe, just know that a bunch of people know that that's not true, and it's the hardest money in the world that's going to get halved every 4 years while they print money to zero, right? And as people said, gold is amazing, right? Gold is a store of value, but go to try to cash out $100 million worth of gold today. You'll get hit with so many fees. Collect it collectively. See if you can even get it physically into one place. I mean, it makes sense on paper, but it's on paper. It's not real. Nobody really holds their own gold. Nobody knows where it is. I'll be honest, like, it might even be, the idea works, but the idea can only last for so long. Bitcoin is a real thing into the future. I'm just telling you. You think the future of money is gold and silver 100 years from now? Let's get real. So once you realize that that's a lie, then you understand where you're going, and then, So the 3-day chart looks like it's making a secondary tweezer bottom, which is strong. And the daily did get the bounce, okay, with the higher low. And so anything is possible. It could just be making one of these, making a bear flag and just going up and down, and it could dump in our face. I get it. Well, I take it one step, one day, one candle at a time. And that's why I'm just going to stare here at this 4-hour time frame. And I like the fact that we got the bounce. This previous support is resistance. Resistance is support right there. And, above the key levels. And then it leads me to believe to make a flag here on the 4. And, I'm just waiting for that 21-day moving average to curl up too as well. And continue this puppy further to the upside. Let these trades really rip. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So, yeah. No reason to kind of jump out the longs. The only thing you could think about is the fact that we are making a possible, CME gap here now. So, and then we come back on Monday and, we have to reconcile that. But right now this looks good. That's even in a bull flag to me, just kind of like it was last night with the pump. 21 above the 200. I see the 50 coming. So that's a bull cross coming. I mean, that's very bullish to me. You're going to get to move further to the upside. And then you got this previous big resistance here at 70,005. So, yeah, only time will tell, but I'm bullish right now. What could you have to look out for? Possible double top. Possible cat ears. We might get a big move there, and then, just because we had it right there. But so far, I suggest that we pump up, and then you could wait for the breakout and the retest. Might even pump out a little more, but I like that. This is nice. So, yeah, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. Nothing has really changed. I see this as a bigger move as we head towards about 76,000 BTC. We'll kind of figure it out from there. But that's kind of the first level that I'd be paying attention to for BTC. 76,000 here for Bitcoin. Shout out to all my beautiful people here. Who is here? Got to see who is cheering me up here. Shout out to Crypto Billy, Dirty Skirts, The Real Don, Milton Broski, my man. Shout out to Relinks. Shout out to all the awesome people here on the live. Just a little different for me to read. Normally I'm standing up and I'm hey, what's going on? And I can move towards stuff and see it. Here I kind of have to be an old man about it, right? It's not the same. Someone say Doge is cooked. If you're tired of hearing crypto can recover, why are you here? Amen. That's so funny. Yeah, my friend said Doge is ripping. I sent him a picture. It said the 3-day chart. It said tough times when this is ripping. Yeah, funny, right? Hey, Sam, hope you're doing well after surgery. Much love, brother. It's tight. It's tough. It's not easy. It's been about 48 hours after surgery. Still doesn't feel amazing, but hey, we're getting through it one step, one day at a time. So that's Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. We can zoom in a little bit too to see if there's any treachery on the smaller time frames. And it doesn't look amazing. It kind of looks like an Adam and Eve the other side on the 15-minute. Look at that. Dumping, that looks like an Adam and Eve the other way. I would say, hey, if the 5-minute loses the 200, which it is, wow. The 1 minute loses the 200, yeah, wow. So that looks a little bearish on the night there. It is Saturday night, low volume. So just be careful, but that doesn't look amazing. And remember, you just don't want to be going too crazy on Saturday night. I mean, that could easily just Bart Simpson right down. Right? It almost looks like you might see a dump tonight back to the 200 and the 15. So I would only be trading the daily, the 4-hour, bigger time frames with bigger horizons, longer ideas. And I wouldn't get caught up on the small time frames on the weekend. They're the worst. They're good on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but after about Thursday afternoon, they start getting very, very hard to trade because you lose volume. All right, I was asking if you think the email drops will affect people's trust in Elon and in turn Doge's future. It's possible. You never know. I thought that he wasn't really in them the way people said, though. Or he said he asked to go, but he never went. Whatever. And who knows if people don't know what they did. The thing is, people might not have known what they did know. There's a lot of gray areas there at the very beginning. So you have to remember, he tried to recruit everybody. He could have tried to recruit you, and you could have said no. And you might have been in an email or two, but you never had anything to do with anything. I'm not saying, I'm sure, and there's horrible people in those emails. I'm not saying there isn't. And there's horrible things in there. They definitely can. There are cannibals in there. It's confirmed. I used to tell my mom and dad this stuff. I told them all about the island. This was all on YouTube 15 years ago, 12 years ago. This is all there. It was all there. There was documentaries about Epstein Island. It was all there. Anyone that wanted to sit down and spend a couple hours on it could figure this stuff out. But, then you tell your family and friends and they tell you were just insane online, going into some real crazy stuff. You're like, yo, man, I'm telling you, they eat kids and stuff. And they'd be like, you're crazy. So, and that's why most people don't want to tell people the truth, because once you start telling people the truth, they tell you you're nuts. So you're kind of done telling people. You're like, well, I'm done trying to wake people up. Every time I did, they just said no. But so there you have it. Bitcoin on a Saturday, a slow Saturday night, not doing anything too crazy. Just kind of hanging out sideways. We did catch it into the green zone. Nice little pump, but nothing too wild, right? And where do I see it tomorrow morning? I see it probably just going sideways. Just kind of shagging around here. Somewhere right there. We show up tomorrow at 8 in the morning. If I'm lucky enough to make it out, I might make it at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Probably, let's say 8:30 just to give me, but probably say 9 just because I've been slow to move. Sammy, man. It's crazy to see me getting hit down like this, right? It's just it's not the same. Sammy, baby, Sammy. Let's go. But, there's the box, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I feel like we're just sideways. We'll probably be right there, ready to go. Boom, Looking pretty nasty right now, though, with a drop. The area you're going to look for is the 15-minute 200 moving average. We might cascade right down into that key level, just boom, right into that zone. Okay. Yeah, and honestly, when you look at it too, it's an Adam and Eve double top. Looks like it's going to give it all back tonight and make a bit of a dump. That's what the small time frames are telling us. They're telegraphing us a move. We can't say it's there for sure, but they're definitely possibly telegraphing us a move. And we can't be I'm not going to jump to conclusions because it's the weekend, but it's not like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right. Pepe up 27%. Wow. Pepe pumping today. Pippin pumping. Zcash pumping. Pudgy Penguins. Doge with 15% gains. Money Virtuals with 12%. So a little bit of movement here in these altcoins. Render back to 149. XRP at 158. XRP up 777s today. That's amazing. It just changed to 7778. But it was a 777. Polygon had a bit of move. Interesting. It's there was a little bit of a surge in altcoins today. Not amazing, but a little bit of a surge here. I still wouldn't get too excited. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But, Pancake Swap holding 134. So funny, man. I can always remember Pancake Swap from back in the day, man. It's so crazy. Old Pancake. Hyperliquid sitting. Did it hold? Yeah, it held $30. So one on that 50% move. And then Aster. Sitting at 72 cents, up 26% on the week. Aster, baby. And then I want to see kind of what's hot on the week, the hottest coins of the week. Pippin up 285%. That's amazing. Stable. Zcash, Aster, Pepe. So, in the last 7 days, altcoins aren't too bad. Not too bad. You're telling me there's a chance. Hey, there's some in and out there. Maybe nothing crazy. Nothing too amazing. So that kind of challenges your idea to say, okay, is Sol coming back or Sol ETH an idea? So you take a look at Solana. And yeah, Sol with the move. And Sol, look at this. Sol was in the flag there on the 15, touching the 21. And then that thing just did what it was supposed to do out the measured move. That's amazing. Beautiful move for Sol as it wants to head back to 100. Right? We talked about how Sol's in that Adam and Eve. Looks like it could go before Bitcoin and really just pump. And you can see there's the Adam and Eve for Solana. It breaks the neckline. And what is the Adam and Eve again? It's the triangle with the semicircle next to it. I know, it's primitive. You don't have to be like that smart about this stuff. And then you see the gap of the VRVP up to this area here of liquidity at 101. It's quite amazing, right? Just what you see. You go sideways here with the 21-day moving average. Bang. Bang. That could make a nice move further to the upside, right? Sends you at about 102.98, 102.73. That's how I would be looking for Sol to make another move here to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for Solana. So Sol's looking okay. Pippin has friends that are out there too. If you could find them, that's funny. Yep, you said Solana 2 days ago. Yep. And this is just a great time to buy more BTC. And, I know other people take profits for Bitcoin. I just don't. I think Bitcoin's a supreme asset. I think it's once you grab, I think it's real estate in Manhattan. I think it's a beach in Nantucket, a beach in Martha's Vineyard. I think it's, South Miami, South Beach property. I think it's property once you get your hands on, you don't give it up. You don't let it go. You don't let it out of your hands. That's how I look at Bitcoin. People that think, oh, I got into Bitcoin, then I sold some, took some profits. I think you're going to look back every time you took profits on it 10 years from now and be like, dang, man, I wish I just had what I originally had. Unless you buy back more, maybe you buy back more and it creates the ability to get more. I guess that's different. If that's your whole idea is like, hey, I can buy the top, I can buy back more, and you end up with more Bitcoin. But there's taxable events there. You know what I mean? Is that worth the money that you have to spend to get it back in again? There's a lot of math that has to be done. And you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor, but for me, Bitcoin's just not something that you sell. Like once you get your hands on it, you hold on to it. It's like a Shelby Cobra, man. Tumbling down on the 1 minute time frame for Bitcoin, just got rejected by the 200 moving average. Taking a beat down there. So like what could have been a nice move turned into just some bohaloni there, right? Is Pippin still ripping? You can't be chasing Pippin, but we did talk about it. Look at that thing, man. Does not stop. And like there it is again. Ascending triangle. It's touching the 21 above the 200, right? You make your measured move. That thing just skyrockets. Like, I find that fascinating. Someone asked about Jupe earlier. I figured, like, what is the point? It's 20 cents. It's in the dumps. I didn't mean not to do it, though. I kept thinking of doing it. I see there it did get the move. It was pumping, so you were onto something. It got above the 200, got its move. But it's so, when you look at the bigger picture, like, dang, man. Jupe is Juped itself, right? Look at this thing. It's all the way down at the bottom. And, maybe some of this stuff recovers, I guess. I don't know if DeFi will ever be the DeFi that they said it will be. And they're going to change the landscape of crypto, too, by the time this all comes back. So I think that's another reason, too. They just took care of the competition. Made sure that, most of the DeFi protocols were just kind of drained, beat up. Didn't really have what it takes to prevail. So all the alts have been disappointing. Even a 50% pump barely matters at this point. Yes, exactly. You got to be really careful. In and out is fine, though. I don't mind getting, I like a swing trade if I can catch one. That's fine. No worries. But it looks like more downside tonight for Bitcoin. It doesn't look amazing, I have to be honest. I'm looking at Bitcoin in the bigger picture. Look for it to come down to that 21-day moving average here. One of these two ideas here. And I'd be watching it on the 4-hour time frame and the stochastics and the 21. That's how I would be honing in for Bitcoin. And you never know, it could just be rolling over too. It has to get back above 71,005 really to be taken seriously at all. Gold still looks good to me. Gold still looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing for gold. Still looks like we could get a move here for gold out this bigger triangle. I'm willing to take a shot on gold. Yeah, I got gold here on the 4-hour. To me, it looks good. It's staying above the 200 in this move with a higher low, and it's playing with that 21. I mean, to me, that's, and you never know, it could roll over. But if it breaks out and retests that 51550, 5150, I mean, boom, I see it headed back to $6,000. I see the dollar taking a bit of a dump. We've been looking at the DXY. Doesn't look healthy. And it's telling me that we're going to get this, see, I'm looking for the DXY here to kind of make this rollover moment here with this lower high. Get deeper inside of this descending triangle and really, really take a dump. Which makes sense. It's forming nicely. This would help Solana pump too out this move to the upside. Bitcoin would get a little bit of a moment off there. And we could possibly start the build, baby, build. Just looking at some of the sauce here, nothing crazy though. All too small time frame, all too low market cap for me. Some of these coins were fun when they were fun, man. Damn, man, all coins were fun back in the day. So interesting how some people may never believe us when we tell them about alt season. No, really, it was amazing. Sure, it was. Let's get you back to bed, Grandma. Those memes. Yeah. Nobody will ever believe it was that hot. I can't buy anything at the bottom prices, man. I can't even buy a burger without thinking, should I buy this or more Bitcoin? Funny, right? To me, it's about Bitcoin, though, and it really became the king again. It kind of made it clear, what was the what. Everyone speculated all these different things, and at the end of the day, it was BTC. Funny, Beam doing a little bit of a move here. This is a gaming coin that everyone was all loving. Everything's going to be doing this. Whatever, if Bitcoin collapses out of this, but if Bitcoin makes the move, look, everything's going to follow that Adam and Eve that Bitcoin's in. Everything. See how it runs the show, man? It's always behind the scenes of every single coin. It doesn't matter what it is. Remember DCR was pumping not too long ago. That actually looks pretty good to me. See? DCR. I just like when I'm seeing a trend line above the 200. I wait for the stochastics RSI to reset, but I think it's worth having an alert on. Hey, we still could hunt, can't we? So I got an alert on this one. This one actually might make a move here. I'd be watching DCR, Decred. It's had a few pumps recently when nothing else looked like it could move. So Ava AI, yeah. I have 401k account with a company I work with, but all those contribute to be invested to Bitcoin. There you go, yeah. Get that cheesecake. Shout out to Jamal Antonio. Who's got cheesecake? I want cheesecake. Shouldn't be eating any cheesecake right now, though. I can barely work out, so. That's a tough, man. I got my workout taken from me, which I do for mental health. I can't run around. I'm still so grateful for my right leg. What can I be grateful for? I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for the live stream. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful for my life. You know, everything that I've created thus far. So there's so much to be grateful for. Good friends, good people. Crypto Billy came to visit me. I'm grateful for that. I'm just grateful that there's amazing people in my life. There's still opportunity always all around. And if I keep pushing every day, you know, I got to build what's going to be where I'm going to be 5 years from now. Right? Each and every one of us, we're all where we're supposed to be. Every one of us ended up where we are right now because of our decisions from 5 to 10 years ago. Right? I started a YouTube channel because I started thinking about it and dreaming of having a YouTube channel 10 years ago. So here I am 7 years ago. 7 years later, I'm on a YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, we're all where we're supposed to be. We put ourselves where we would desire to be. Yeah. Right leg dedicated to the Lambo. You're funny. Yes, sir. God bless. Amen. Fish delivery. What about that? Shout out to the Zab Life who brought me the fish. Oh, yeah. I'm thankful for the fish today. I had forgot about it. But I got my first delivery of fish. I got a fish tank from a friend. It's out there for 2 weeks. I asked my buddy Zab Life if he would get me some fish. Today he went and grabbed me some. I think he got me 5 exotic fish. They're swimming around. And everything is awesome right now. So I'm going to go look at the fish too in a little while tonight. It's going to be fun. The kids are excited. It's you know, we got some newcomers in the house. Tal looks like it's in a bit of a flag. Look, oversold there. That could get busy. 4 hour doesn't look too far for the 21 too. This could continue. There's some love here. Tau, baby. And this is one of the first thing people will accumulate on the low when they think the market's going to come back. Tau will be one of the first things. That's why I didn't sell any of my good coins. Like, I didn't sell Tau. It's a good coin. Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash also has been holding a key level. Let's take a look at if it's still doing what it's been doing for the last few months compared to the rest of the market. So strong. So robust. So strong. Yeah, I mean, you could almost say it didn't even get stopped out. It almost did, but we kept it lower than that, so it bounced from that key area. I still like Bitcoin Cash right here for a buy. It still looks great. Said it's going to take forever, but it's going to do its thing, and eventually it's going to make it to $1,280, 68 bucks. I mean, it's on its way. It's only a matter of time, right? So it does look like we could get the move here for Bitcoin Cash. It can happen. It can happen. There's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. There's always a chance. Yeah. For sure. For sheezy. God bless the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in on a Saturday night. Yeah, so Bitcoin Cash still looks okay. The thing is, once this market starts to rip again, it'll rip so fast that everyone will be all over the place. There'll be super chats, crazy. It'll happen so quick. It's so interesting. Yeah, everyone saw Kevin O'Leary won the lawsuit. Yeah. It's a kind of old news, man. We kind of saw that comment, but today was the judgment. Yeah, or yesterday, yeah. I got some roasted purple bamboo salt. Interesting. Never heard of it, but sounds good. You're funny. Exotic fish breeding channel. I know, right? Someone saying Bitcoin's starting to move finally. I mean, which way? It wasn't moving the best way. There you go. Yeah. I'm looking for it to go, again, if anyone's asking, we're looking for it to go sideways into the green box by tomorrow. Just sideways price action. Just up and down, up and down. We don't want the CME to get too aggravated by the time we open. We just want to have a little bit. You know, that way we could dip back in without too much of a move there. Right? Here's to my salt of life. Hi, mineral salt. You're funny. February of 2024, I told you I was stepping away from trading to pursue getting my crane certificate. Today, I've been in the seat of a crane for the last year. No trading, but time with the family on my free time. That's amazing, man. God bless you. I've been in the seat of a crane for the last year. Wow. It's amazing. You did, Zammy, ditch the crutches and get the walk 3.0. Trust me. I'll get it, man. I'll get it. Thank you. Yeah, why not? Super chat for coin analysis, or you might get lucky. You never know. Thank you so much for the super chats. Live life free. We appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Come back to you tenfold. All right. Yeah, crane operators can make, I don't know, 180, 200 grand a year, right? A lot of work, though. A lot of overtime. So you sit in the crane a lot waiting, but then you get your moves. My bud, a guy I know was a crane operator. He told us all about it. He made good money. He fun, you know. He was a heavy alcoholic, man. I'm not saying all crane operators were. He was a party animal, man. The guy would get trashed like 4 nights, 5 nights a week. Like, he loved to go out and get hammered. And he was like 35. So funny. You'll be walking in a week or two. Hey, you never know. They say 6 weeks, I can't put any weight on it. That's what the doctor wants. No weight for 6 weeks. But we'll see what he says. Maybe things will change, right? You never know, man. I'm going to be drinking the collagen, and I'm going to be having the bone broth every day. So that's going to change it up, right? Went on a mini vacation up north in Duluth, Michigan. Duluth, Minnesota. Duluth, Minnesota? I thought it was Duluth, Michigan, but okay. Yeah. And Duluth, with the old lady, we had to stop to support the channel and the grind. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, we got BPC 157 and the TB 500. And they kind of come together as like a pack or whatever. It's funny, and like 5 people told me about the BPC 157 and the TB 500. See, my guy has it here. and this guy has it here too. Look, BPC 157, TB 500. And he says BPC 500. So, yep. No, it's going to be amazing, man. I'm so excited, actually, to be one of the first people to heal faster than any human being on Earth ever healed, right? Got to keep your foot above your head back. How the hell am I supposed to keep my foot above my... Like, well, I can't... Man, like, what the... I'm supposed to keep my foot over here like this. Oh, so funny, man. They got you on the right stuff with BPC 157, Sam. Thank you, man. So many people say this. Like, now 50 people have almost told me, I think. And maybe, I don't want to say 50, but I'm going to say like 25 in total. Right? From like different places. Recovery from my broken femur and fractured pelvis took a while, but you got this, Sam. Thank you, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. You healed my injuries, though nothing that serious, but my shoulder had been hurting for almost a year. Hey, you lay it down to make sure your foot is a higher elevation than your head. I know. It's a dope drive up to Canada with the Mac. Beautiful in the summer. Yeah, I get the hyperbaric chamber. BP 157 is what's recommended at my jiu-jitsu gym too. So look, another person chimes on in. I just like that we getting this from many different places. It's amazing. That's why I love the community. You get to learn about like regular, wow, Bitcoin just took a massive dump. Easy. It really did. It said, I'm just gonna dump. Looks like it's gonna head to that 200 moving average there and just get a little nasty tonight. Just be careful trading the weekends. They're treachery right now. They're not fun. They're really hard. They're harder than ever. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Take your money and run. Like, if you make a big gain like I did last night, like, you take your money and run. It's just how it's been. You don't want to be going too crazy. And thank you everyone for being here. Saturday night, man. Cheers to the Saturday night crew. It's a different crew that comes out here on a Saturday night. I appreciate it. We had a big stream actually last night of the night. I was able to walk, so I showed you guys a Lambo because I figured out after my surgery I wouldn't be able to do much, and I was right about it. So I wanted to get some things out the way if I could, and I did, and I did. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody here. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day, Marcus. Hope you made Brenda feel special. I'm sure you did. You probably cooked for her. Maybe you got some flowers. You guys hung out. Maybe you're going to hang out. God bless you, man. Thank you. Would BP157 be good for a 70-year-old with arthritis on the knee? Bone and bone. Ooh, I don't know. It's possible. Someone here could answer that. I don't know. And again, we're not a medical field licensed show or anything. You know, we're just a bunch of people talking. God bless you, Sam. God bless you, Marcus, man. That's amazing, bro. Hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. You sound great, dude. Just getting through the pain, man. Getting through the ups and downs. I got stitches in the back of my leg, which are very uncomfortable. And yeah, it's just not fun, right? It's not supposed to be fun, but it is what it is. Yeah. Peptides are changing lives, brother. Amen, bro. Beautiful night with the 99. Shout out to Rave Saw Records in the house. Thank you so much for being here. That's amazing. Shout out to Simon, 1K2. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to get our butt handed to us tonight with a bit of a dump. The 1 minute is rolling over, if you look at it. It's going to have to do with like an inverted head and shoulder. I'd be careful trading anything tonight, but, it doesn't mean we can't have fun speculating on price action. So that's like a head and shoulder. Looks like it wants to dump lower. Gets inside of a descending triangle. It would have to, you know what I mean? I'm just looking for chop, though. I would like to see it just chop back around. Still not stopped out yet. Hey, you never know. But it's looking dirty. 6 to 9. A little bit of a bounce there. And again, they could easily just flip it right back to the upside. That's the thing about weekend trading. Like, I just it can look two different ways every time. That's why you want to zoom out. Look at the bigger time frames. Let them play out. Bitcoin Cash looks good to me. It still looks good to me. It really does. It has never changed. In months, it's been just, despite what Bitcoin's doing, the rest of the market, it's just been slowly doing its consolidated move, getting ready for something coming. Pretty interesting there. Is NVIDIA going to come back there from that collapse, that crash down? If they keep printing the dollar, it doesn't matter what happens to NVIDIA over time. I mean, it's just going to have to go up with the S&P, right? It doesn't matter, but that's definitely a head and shoulder pattern there for NVIDIA. And you could say it's in like a bigger rising wedge possibly, but it's kind of the same thing that the S&P and the NASDAQ are in. And I think we're in this like interesting spot. If they just keep printing money, looks like this will just turn into another ascending triangle and continue to pump. Hard to tell, man. I don't like chasing stuff at the top like this. That's why it's like, sketchy business, but does it have another big pump in it all the way up to 333? For me, you only get a double up out of all that. So it's kind of like, that's why, I like to get in at the beginning of things and either hold them for 10 years or start selling them off whenever you're up 3x or 4x, 5x, something like that. I'd have to say this is going to dump, I don't know. The 3-day isn't far from the 21, though, and it's got tight price action. And I just, I actually, honestly, probably going to get tight and continue to pump with the S&P. My prediction is somehow this will get tight and continue to pump. And NVIDIA will eventually hit like $300 because it's got more utility than the dollar, and the dollar's going to get printed to zero. So, like, it is what it is, right? Like, and these, it just, indexes hidden bearish div. Ooh. Just buy something like Link at the lows. Yeah. That's what I used to say too. And that still hasn't worked out every time. And stuff like that used to work out. Like just buy something very obvious and strong at the very low price. Like Atom, buy Atom on the low. That used to work. Even that hasn't worked. It's so crazy. Like it doesn't matter the strategy now. It's been intense. Look at the fear and greed at 8. This is like, we're in some of the biggest fear we've ever seen in this market. Biggest liquidations, the lowest sentiment. And even you guys we're still 600 strong on the live on a Saturday night. It's amazing. It's unbelievable, actually. All right. I took BP517 and exosome shot after surgery and cut my healing down by 1/3. That's insane. 1/3. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Someone said 10 weeks and you're back in 6 weeks. I mean, that's amazing. 9 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, 12 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever. I'm not trying to be perfect here, but you know what I'm saying? Sounds awesome. I want in on this. BP 157, let's go. And what is the harm if it doesn't work? You know what I mean? Like, is there any like negative side effect to having a peptide and then not having anything happen? Like, what's the chance of taking a chance? That's the one thing I'd like to know. And I have like a couple months to answer these questions, or a couple weeks. Thanks, Crypto Lifer, for your teaching from a fellow teacher. God bless you. Thank you, teacher. May God bless you. It's very nice of you to say. So we got Tori, we got Brian Taylor, we got Tori again, and we got Live Life Free. Thank you so much for the super chat. You people are absolutely amazing. May God bless you all for giving. That will come back to you tenfold. You don't have to do that, but you do. And that's just a beautiful thing. So thank you so much. If you want to trade where we trade on Weeks, MEXC, and BTCC. We're here every single day. I'm going to jump on out of here for the night, folks. Just a quick 1 hour stream. Nothing too crazy. Looks like Bitcoin is struggling. I'd look for the 4 hour, 21-day moving average for like your next possible area. I look for that 1 hour to hold that previous support as resistance. That level is going to be 69,000, about even. And just see if, we can stay inside this flag here. Likely we're going to bounce and just go sideways all night. End up in my green box when I show up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. So stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for jumping on in and being absolutely amazing. You people are great, and you give me, this is one of the best audiences in the world. I'm excited to be here every single day, and I thank you so much. I guess I'll shave tomorrow and attempt to clean up my act, but it's been tough. When you're going through, I look like I'm going through it. You can tell, like, Sammy's on the lam. Sam looked like he gained 100 pounds already. He hasn't shaved in weeks. What happened to Sammy? He was the best dressed guy in the game. He can't even get a tie on anymore. He can't even button his shirt anymore. I love you all. Thank you so much. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? But I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for the blessing of today. Today was an amazing day. Hey, we lived today. I woke up, and hopefully I'll go to sleep tonight healthy. My children are all healthy today. That was a blessing. My wife is healthy. The 4 women in my life are all great. So, blessings on blessings on blessings. And may the blessings continue. My leg will heal a year from now. Everything will be okay. It just makes each day a little tougher, but I'll get through it. Just like you guys. And I love you all. Thank you so much. I'm sure there's someone in the chat going through something 10 times harder than me. So shout out to everyone that follows me, supports me. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless.